Hey everyone, it's NERF Boy Productions here, and today I'm here with an unboxing and review of the brand new NERF Zombie Strike FlipFury. So this blaster is brand new, and as far as it goes in Canada where I live, you can't really find these anywhere. You can pick them up on Amazon. That's about it for all I know where to get these things, and that's where I got mine. I don't know about the States or anywhere else in the world where you can get these, but my best bet is to check Amazon because I know they sell these. And that's where I got mine. So, let's get into the blaster. The FlipFury is kind of like a strong arm, but it's got two barrels, and we'll get all into that in a moment. It's part of the Zombie Strike line, and yeah, that's basically it. It comes with 12 darts, and everything else I will explain in the video. So let's take a look at the box now. Here you can see we have a picture of the dude, the kind of comic style, which is really, really cool. And the FlipFury, here's the blaster, and it's open face box so you can touch it. You have your darts here, 12 of them to be exact. And then on the back you have how to load it, how it all works, and then this cheesy stuff where it's like, mission, sweeping defense when hordes attack. The function, yeah, it just tells you all this random stuff. Yeah, and that's basically it. Nothing too fancy on the box, but that is the box of the FlipFury. So now let's open it up. And if you're wondering why the scenery is a little different, if you guys are long-time fans and subscribers and you're like, why the heck is he sitting on a couch? Well, it's because I'm at my cottage currently. So with exam break I have in high school, so I fled up to my cottage and I'm making the video up here for you guys. So that's why the scenery is a little different. So if you cut open the bottom of the box, there's two pieces of tape, and then you will see your instruction manual, which will tell you everything, and that's in good English and all your languages. And let's just cut this, and then as you can see you have a bunch of twist ties on the back, which are actually the cardboard ties, so they're really, really easy to undo, which I just love. It's much more simple. Okay, now you can undo the zip ties if you really want, or you can just cut it like I'm doing now, and just cut the blaster out of the packaging. And here is the FlipFury. Alright. Well, that's awesome. Alright, sorry about that. So, let's open up these darts, and then that is it for what you get in the box. Okay, so here are your 12 Zombie Strike darts that you get, and everything out of the box is now empty, and here's your FlipFury. So let's go over the features of this blaster. Okay, so first of all, you have your priming mechanism, and as you know, the dual barrel action stuff. Let's go over that. So it's got these two flipping drums, and they're both 6 darts, and the way you flip them is this second trigger here. So this main trigger will fire the dart, and then this one will actually rotate through. So as you can see, when you prime it and you go to fire, it's going to fire your top drum, and these each hold 6 darts, so you can fire 6 times, and then when you're done, you pull this and they flip. So then once you've gone through your 6 and you're like, oh, about, flip it, and you have 6 more. And I think the flipping function is really cool. I really like it, and NERF did a good job. It's actually really easy to pull. It kind of wants to do it itself. The weight of itself just kind of pulls it back in. It's really easy to use. That's pretty cool. So now I want to test if this thing has slam fire. So if you guys don't know what slam fire is, you pull in the trigger, pull this back, and see if it'll fire. Oh, and it does. Alright, so it does have slam fire. That's awesome, which means you can go through 12 darts about this fast. So that's about as fast as you're gonna go. But yeah, it's pretty cool. The front of it, right, the back, and it's got that cool grip tape that they always do, the fake tape on the Zombie Strike handles. It's got a borrowed out bit in the middle for, I don't know if it's for weight or something, but my pinky finger kind of falls into it. But let's talk about that. The handle is pretty comfortable. The only thing is this little notch right here kind of digs in, but not that bad, and it's pretty comfortable. The plastic, I noticed on this is a little, if you hear that compared to older blasters, it's a cheaper plastic, and it really is. You can also see in the plastic, I really hope my camera can pick it up. See the streak? You can really see the streaks of the plastic where it's all been molded and stuff, and it just looks, you can see all the streaks and stuff, and it just kind of looks, it's a cheaper plastic, especially when you hear it. But yeah, the handle doesn't feel too bad. It's just this, I noticed, has some weird grazing going on. But so yeah, you got the black Zombie Strike logo there. You got your NERF logo, FlipFury, and that's just on the one side. For some reason, they don't care about the other side, but that side's got all the stuff on it. It's got this piece underneath, which I guess gives it kind of a box shape, and I really like that. I don't think it would actually look quite as cool if it just looked like that. But it looks kind of like a village inn. But with this, you know, you have this kind of box shape, and it boxes it in, and it makes it look really, really nice. So I'm glad they did that. And it's weird, because it looks like the thing's detachable here, but it's actually not. It'd be cool if it was, but I guess you can use that as a sling point. There's also a sling point here and here. So you got 3 of those. So you have 1 tactical rail on top. No iron sights this time. 0. Just, there's bars, but that's just to keep your hand from slipping. There's no sights. But there is a tactical rail, and that is about it for the blaster. So now it's time to see how well this thing performs and what kind of distances it's getting. It doesn't claim any distances on the box, so I don't know what we're going to expect from this, but let's go find out. So, one last thing I want to mention before you go and try this. Loading these things is a little bit trickier than something like a strong arm, because the barrels don't actually pop out. So unless you want to pull the switch thing halfway and then you kind of flip them out like this so they're both sideways, and then you hold them there, that maybe, it is much easier to load, but it takes a little bit of skill to go flip them halfway. But if you try and load them while they're both in their sockets, it's much more difficult, and you can't do this very fast. It's not a fast process with any of these barrel systems. So here it is, fully loaded, and that looks so cool. Alright, sorry, I could do that forever. So that is the FlipFury, and now let's go see how it performs. Okay, so I've got the FlipFury here, and I'm going to be shooting down in that general vicinity, and we'll see where this thing goes. Of course, we're doing flat shots. Oh, it's got a weird rattly noise when it fires. I don't know what's the deal with that. Alright, so there's your 6. Now we flip it. Alright, so there are your 12 shots. Let's go back inside and see how these things went. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on the FlipFury. This is really cool. I think the mechanism is awesome, and that's pretty much the coolest thing about it. Other than that, the range is not so hot. It's going to get around 30 feet. It's not very accurate, but it does have slam fire, so that's kind of cool. That being said, it's not very accurate, so there's really no point in using it. Other than that, if you're into modding these blasters, I believe you could get this thing to go pretty far, but stock, it doesn't perform that well. And although this is kind of cool, if you think about it, really, you're just loading up a strong arm twice. It'd basically be the same as dual wielding strong arms, except not really. You get what I'm saying. Basically, it'd be like, imagine a strong arm with the 12 dart drum, and you loaded it 12 darts instead of 6. That's essentially what this is. It takes double the amount of time to load this as a strong arm, so really, but then twice as the amount of darts to fire. But really, you can fire the strong arm faster and load it faster, so, and it's more accurate and shoots further, so there's really the same thing, just one takes more time to load and fire, and one takes less time to load and fire, but they're the same, if you know what I'm trying to get at here. So really, I wouldn't recommend it, which is sad to say, because the FlipFury, it's pretty cool, and I mean, I guess it's a cool idea, and if you're into modding, then I would recommend it because, well, you can see it's got a lot of potential. But if you're, also if you just want to kind of play around with it, but if you want to use it in a war situation or something, and you're actually playing a game and you want to use this, I wouldn't really recommend it. It just doesn't really work all that great, but that is basically my thoughts on it. I want to hear what you guys think about this thing in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe because I have new videos every Saturday. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, this is NerfBoy Productions, signing off.